All right, all right. We here. Just making sure everything is streaming correctly. I am here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all moving a little faster. It usually take a minute to get two, three, four, five people in here. But people in here already, man. I appreciate y'all being prompt and on time. Yeah. Let me check one more. Make sure it's on all the sites. Everything's streaming good. Make sure everything is streaming good and we live. All right. Now I'm tuned in. All right. Now I'm tuned in and we live. So tonight for this live intro info stream, we are doing personal credit. I have my Credit Hero shirt on. If you understand where this came from, this Credit Hero shirt, this came from CRC Credit Repair Cloud, Daniel Rosen and friends. Quick background story. I got into credit repair after I came home. I was trying to get my credit together, and I couldn't really find nobody to work with me the way I was trying to work. Sometimes I can be a little impatient. I don't want to blame anybody that I reached out to. A couple people gave me some tips, but nobody was really like trying to take my hand. So I went online and I said, man, let me look up credit repair education or credit repair courses or something. And the first thing that popped up was CRC, and the reviews were good. And I checked out the prices or whatever. So it was like maybe $1,000 for the credit repair course. The full one was a little cheaper for like a 14-day course or something. But I paid for the full one. It came with 6 months of the software, and everything was good. And it's a big company. Anybody in the credit repair field know of the company, whether they use them or not. Probably 90 to 95% of the people actually use Daniel Rosen and Credit Repair Cloud. So basically, I signed up for Credit Repair Cloud, and it had me hook up to a bunch of stuff, and it was good because it gave me like a business checklist to actually get my business started. And I probably couldn't have did it without that in hindsight, but it had me hook up to so much stuff that it made me learn automations and different things, and it was like overcharging me for everything. So basically, you had Credit Repair Cloud, and then you had like five or six companies they were getting referral fees or whatever, affiliation fees, some type of kickbacks from, and they had you sign up to all this stuff just to run your credit repair business. And I ended up finding another piece of software that I started using. I got rid of all the stuff that Credit Repair Cloud had me hook up to. ClickFunnels was the last thing on there, and I got rid of all that stuff, and I started using DisputeFox, and DisputeFox has been pretty good. It's a good credit repair software. But most recently, I subscribed to Mustard, so I'm in the process of switching over my software to Mustard, which is an all-in-one credit repair software that has all of the stuff that CRC was trying to be. Even when CRC upgraded to their 2.0, they were still missing a lot of the stuff that credit repair people really needed. And Muster has it, and it's a bunch of people that's like us, a bunch of credit repair people that got together and start putting this software together. And I'm excited, and I'm excited about Dispute Panda. Dispute Panda is another way to dispute. It's like disputing on steroids. I'm excited about all the advancements in the credit repair field. That is not why I'm making this particular video. I'm making this video because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what personal credit is and how it's built and how you repair it, and uh, how you make it better. You have to start from the foundation if you want to explain something like credit. So I put together a pretty decent course. And if you have any questions, just leave the questions in the live stream, or you can leave the questions in the comments and I will respond to them. Some people are a little more comfortable DMing me. I respond to DMs and texts and all of that. My phone number is all across the world, y'all. It's all across the net. So let's get right to business. My name is Alvin C. Hill IV. Once again, I do not mind my middle name, but my big brother has the same name. He's the third and he minds. People call me Jackpot or JP1. Jackpot was the name that I got like around 13, 14. And it just turned into JP1. I Y2K'd it. It was just a little easier for marketing and it worked out for me. So JP, it came from Jackpot the Chosen One, which was my moniker. And it's been pretty good for me. So either name, it doesn't matter to me. My family called me Lil Man. Anybody in Ben Harbor that grew up with me probably called me Lil Man. Any name is fine with me as long as you're not calling me fake or you're not calling me washed up or you're not calling me anything derogatory. It's all good. I'm the CEO of Real Life Business Solutions LLC and Gifted and Talented LLC. One is my credit and business consulting firm, and one is my entertainment firm. I am still an artist. I have not given up on my artistic dreams. It is nothing to give up on. I love doing what I'm doing. I'll do it for free. I'll rap in the backyard. It doesn't matter, y'all. I love what I'm doing. But what I found has been great for me. I have a business administration degree and a paralegal certificate. I also plan on finishing at the University of Wayne State University's Mike Ilitch School of Business. I'll be done with that in May. I will graduate with a degree in business management. I've seen the best of times and the worst of times. If you know my story, I've been through hell and back, but I've thrived. I did not survive, I thrived. My contact information is 313-883-9664 or Jackpot at Real Life Business Solutions. You see it. What we will cover today, I found some pretty decent artwork, as you can see. So what we're going to cover today is how do you retrieve a full credit report, reading your credit report, major and secondary bureaus, different types of scores, what your score is made of, how to raise your score, and what tools are available to do so. And do you really need credit repair? The major objective is getting a full credit report, not Credit Karma. I put that on there specifically because when I do my free consultations, people always tell me, well, I got Credit Karma. Well, I got Credit Sesame. Well, I said, listen, if you do not have one of these major credit reporting sites, then you are not going to get a full report. So we'll get into that a little later. Understanding your credit report. I actually have a snapshot of a credit report on here, and I'm going to go over it with you real quick. So when you do see a full report, you actually understand what you're looking at. And the tools for building or repairing your credit. There's a few tools out there. Even if you don't pay for credit repair, you can use these tools to help build your scores. So let's start with getting a full credit report. Once again, you are not going to get a full credit report from Credit Karma unless you pay them. The free account with Credit Karma will not give you a full report. The free accounts with Equifax or Experian, whatever you subscribing to, will not give you this full report. You need to get to one of these sites, myfreescore.com, smartcredit.com, identityiq.com, and it's a lot more of these particular type of sites, and they actually do credit monitoring for you, and this comes with alerts and credit freezes, and you can do everything from the software. I use a few of them. More so Smart Credit. I've been pretty happy with my partnership with Smart Credit. My new software is forcing me to use MyFreeScore for some things, so I'm gonna see how they customer service is. But I definitely give you a link to any of these if you need them. I will share my links, and you can get you some check out your credit scores. Now, you have a 7-day trial with Identity IQ. That's great. It's for $1. You get the trial, you get to look at your free score, and then you want to delete it. The 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. This is where a majority of the disputing is going to go if you are repairing your credit. But this is also where a lot of lenders are looking if they are trying to give you credit, whether it be credit card, or even if somebody's looking at you for a job, or they looking at you for apartment or house, they're going to look at one of these three. These are the three major credit bureaus. And although they're the three major credit bureaus, they're not the only bureaus you need to worry about. There are some secondary credit bureaus. And these secondary bureaus include LexisNexis, CoreLogic, Innovis, and Clarity Systems. Now, these things do, these particular bureaus do different things. LexisNexis usually carries the bankruptcies and the public records. So it'll be child support, bankruptcies, things like that. LexisNexis handles a lot of that. So you have to freeze that particular account if you plan on repairing your credit, and you have those type of things on there. But you also have CoreLogic check systems, which keeps up with your checking, and it says if you are like, if you've had like checks bounced or overdrawn payments and different things like that. Innovis and Clarity Systems, and some of these things are like, they're very specific in what they report, but they report to the three major boroughs. So you need to understand these secondary boroughs and know what they are providing to the major credit bureaus. Now, there are different types of scores. You may look on the Experian score, or the Credit Karma, or the Credit Sesame, or these type of things, and you say, man, why do these scores not match specific scores, or why it's not the same? So there are two different type of credit scores, well, major types of credit scores. And the first one is the FICO scores, the Fair Isaac Corporation. This is the oldest scoring model, and it started in 1956. So this particular score, your payment history carries a lot of the weight. This score, your score will be higher if you have a great payment history, but you're overutilizing your credit. So with this particular bureau, with this particular credit score, I'm sorry, you'll have a higher score. So your score will be different because it's weighing all the factors different. Although it's looking at the same factors, it's just weighing them different. So do not panic, because the thing is to get all of these things on one page. Now, you'll never probably have the same score between the two scoring models, but if everything is good, then both scores will be good. So the FICO Score 10 is the latest edition of FICO, and it's basically FICO on steroids. It's like reporting everything, and it's so much into that, but it is not widely used right now. The FICO Score 8 is still the most used. So do not worry yourself about the scoring model, because that is not the most important thing. The Vantage score was created in 2006, and its latest version is the Vantage score 4.0. Now, this uses the same criteria as I said, but it gives more weight to your credit balances and the utilization. So if you have a great payment history, your FICO score may be higher than your Vantage score, because your Vantage score is giving more weight to you actually having credit card balances that are low and your utilization is low. So that's the main difference between the two right now. It's other things too, but that's the main difference right now. Why you see two different scores is the weight. But in building up your credit, the thing is to have the best credit you can have. So overthinking the actual the scoring model is just it's a waste of time. So a late payment is a late payment, whether they're giving you 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever on your credit score. A late payment is a late payment, and you don't want a late payment. So what 5 factors actually makes up your credit score? So what is the Vantage score actually using to compute your credit score? So the major thing is your payment history. Now, this is mostly the FICO model. So, and that's the mostly used model. So a lot of the information I cover will be based on the FICO model. So 35% of it is your payment history. So you see how, if you've ever paid attention to your credit and you building and you're doing everything right, and you get one late payment and your score drop tremendously. I've had people score drop 80, 140 points based off of one late payment. And you thinking, well, I've been paying these things for 6 years and this one late payment. Listen, your score is 35% of your payment history. Once again, this is the FICO. I'm not going to keep repeating that, but I want to make sure you understand that the FICO score weighs heavily on your payment history. So your score can drop 100 points, 200 points, whatever. It's 35% of your score. So how much you owe is 30% of your score. Now that's your credit card utilization. That's how you're using your debt. So if you look and you're using 60% of your credit cards or 80% of your credit cards, your score will only be so high. It's 30% of your score. Now the length of your credit history is 15%. And what they mean by length is the average time on your account. You may have one account that's 10 years and 3 accounts that's 2 years, and you're looking at an average of about 7.5 years on your account. So in order to, it's only one way to really change the length of your credit history, and we'll get into that a little later in the presentation. But everything else you can keep track of, and even if you get a late payment, you can write certain letters and talk to the creditors and try to get that off of your credit report. So you have new credit accounts, that's 10%. And a lot of these new credit accounts drag down more than just the actual score, because it's dragging down your length of credit history. It shortens up your average account time. So all of this kind of coincides together. Now the last 10% is based on the type of credit you have. So we'll talk about that a little more into the presentation too. But you want to have a good variety of credit types. Like I said on this picture, man, you want to make sure you got an auto loan, credit cards, other type of credit accounts and different things reporting. They kind of want you to have about 10 positive accounts. And this is very important because you don't want to start just getting any type of account and then you start having late payments. So you want to pay attention to how you're actually putting these accounts on there. And you don't want to go out and rack up a bunch of inquiries, and then these inquiries start dragging your score down too. So let's look at an actual credit report. This is a credit report, and I can actually explain some things based on this credit report. Now, be a little between what software you're looking at it on, or whatever website you went to it from.